Welcome back. It's Freedom Friday, where we highlight an overcomer of addiction. And this week, we're talking to last week's overcomer to get a closer look inside the mind of an addict to help better understand their struggles. News Channel 7's Candace Newman has the story.
I'm sleeping under bridges and tent encampments, eating out of soup kitchens.
Unlike many people who've been featured on News Channel 7's Freedom Friday, Kendrick Highsmith was not left homeless from his addiction.
I never experienced being homelessness because I have a big family, and even when I was doing wrong, my family never shunned me where I had to be out there on the streets. My grandmother would tell me she'd rather me be home than out there in the streets getting high.
But Kendrick strongly warns against doing this for an addicted loved one. He says to vet anything and everything an addicted loved one tells you.
I'm making all kind of promises that I knew I wasn't going to keep, because in the midst of my addiction, I lied to you, tell you anything just for you to help me.
He describes his mindset when going into a recovery program the first time.
My first priority was not going to prison. I'd do anything in the world, but I didn't want to go to prison.
While it took a few tries,
I fought tooth and nails, didn't want to be here, didn't care about what they was trying to teach me about God and all that.
Kendrick did overcome his addiction, and he says it was his family standing their ground, showing tough love that helped him get there.
And my sister finally said, "Brother, I'm not helping you." She's like, "You're going to have to sit there. You're going to have to wear this." She said, "Every time you go to jail, you always cry, call, and say you're going to do this and do that, but you never do it." And I sat there.
He says a true sign of change in someone is humility and empathy.
But when I got in my addiction, I became self-centered, selfish, and didn't want to help anybody. It was all about me. But I think after going on that retreat and going through the last phase of this program, I found humility and humbled myself, and it got me back to being the person I used to be before I got in my addiction.
Many recovered addicts in our area start recovery efforts of their own or help with existing programs. Recovered addicts like Kendrick say it's best to support the local and state recovery programs. When the time is right, those programs will teach the recovered addict how to get back on their feet, gaining their own independence from drugs and in life.
We're helping them with everyday life stuff, like insurance if they don't have it, getting to medical appointments, scheduling eye appointments, wherever their basic needs for life. And that's what RPL does pretty much.
Well, Kendrick is currently working at St. Matthew's House in Naples, Florida, and is working to become a case manager. He encourages you to help local recovery as much as possible, and that you can be giving time, money, or other resources. Find out more by searching Freedom Friday on WJHG.TV.